Right, so why am I trying to get this binding? What binding? Z key. What Z key? Of the shader resource. What shader resource? That's a lot. Anyway, this shader resource, which we did get from shader resource plus characteristic iterator. Which you did get from running over all the shader resources plus characteristics per used set index for set index, set index. Print set index. Set index is 1. Okay. Also printing all the shader resources here. Shader resource is bottom 0. And here we have top. As a loop over all shader resources with index number 1. Here we have a loop over all shader resources with index number 0. That is just top apparently. Well, that is strange because it says used set index. And since bottom 0 is not used, and top is in set index 0, and that's only going to hold if bottom 1, which is used, is also in set index number 1. How to find that out? Let's try to print this whole thing. Okay, what? 1159. Yeah, maybe I just should print a vector at set index 1, right? Or, well, all of them anyway, but this is a vector, so I should be able to just print 0. Okay, and that is one that has a shader resource. Let's print a name from the debugger. Can I do that? Can I just print this, or probably not? No, I cannot do that. Now what member is it? Nobody knows. However, I can print, I can cast it, I guess, to a shader resource base. It's like, where are my shader resources? Oh. GDB on its best. So useless. Utterly useless. Only I know that this is top, but that was just a test. And I can apparently not print the name. Well, hey, this helps, I think, because this is a vector of 2. And it has one shader resource that is different from that one, and another one that is different from the other two. So, okay, yeah, no. Apparently bottom 0 was put in the same set index, which made it used. So the set index is in here because of the next one, but bottom 0 is not used. Yeah, I suppose I can detect that again by looking at the binding. Binding, get declaration, set key. I have set key here. I can just call. Do I have a declaration? I guess I do. Why would I have a declaration when I don't use this thing? So annoying. Can I set a breakpoint here to understand this better? Let's put a breakpoint here. Line 1157. And then it stops at running over all shader resources of index 0. This one. I want the next one. So now we are at 1. Next. Shader resource plus characteristic iterator is the begin of the current set index, which is thus 1. 1302. That went fast. Guess this is not a place where we crashed. Continue. And now, again the same breakpoint. Set index is now 2. Continue. And now we crash. Oh no, validation error. Yeah, the bug that I was debugging only happens sometimes, very sometimes actually. So rerunning it just missed it completely, I guess. Now I have validation error, which probably only happens because I set that breakpoint, so it waits there a bit with one thread. It is such a mess. I wonder if I can reproduce this somehow. Because the problem is that we get here. And then this is size. This has a size of. I can just put it like this, I think. If set index equals 1, and size equals 2, and then also, well, that should be enough actually, I think. Let's try this. Well, let me make this bigger. Okay, now we stopped at just before this for loop. What we can do next. Next. Oh, what the hell? That is something I cannot use. How do I change that again? Just handle or no? Set. if handle is a word. Oh. Oops. Handle is the command sig34. No stop, no print, pass. And this was thread 3. Breakpoint thread 3. We're still here. List. So let's set a breakpoint to 1166. Continue. Delete breakpoint 2. Yeah, I think we are back on track. So the set index is 1. Yep. And I want to we just printed this shader resource somewhere. Okay. Oh, the output is going to the other terminal. Which doesn't exist anymore to make it easy. What? How is that even possible? Oh, it's here. Nope. It's here and doesn't want to come to the top. It moved to the... What the... Doesn't want to raise anymore. Unbelievable. What the hell is a layer dock? Did I just do that? No. And this thing should have a layer normal as well. Now I can switch again. Yep. And I print on bottom 0. Poo poo. Okay. So here I just printed bottom 0. So this is bottom 0, which is not being used, and I forgot what I wanted to test, of course. No, yeah. Anyway, we get no. What I wanted to test. What do I want to test? I really don't know anymore. Yeah, I wanted to see the declaration here. So next, what is set key? 1, Makes sense. Set index hint, probably also one. Yep. Is frame resource, is it? Think so. Well, probably not. 1173, trying to find set index hint 1 in sorted descriptor set that has contents. Yeah, okay. Descriptor set layouts. Yeah, I guess that, so this one is bottom one, I think. That's why set index 1 is being in use. So we do find this. And then we get the handle, which is just the same value there. And now we're going to get the declaration of set key. Step that calls pipeline factory get declaration, and then we call on shader resource set key to shader resource declaration. Let's print the whole thing. It's a map with 3 elements. Okay, so I guess it has all of them then. You have ID as 0 and 1 and 2. I must say I'm slightly confused, which is not good. So let's figure out why an unused thing is being added here. There's a declaration. I'm gonna open another window, I think, or that is another tab I meant, but yeah, I want to stay in this file. Yeah, do it anyway. So open tab YouTube, edit, no, not edit, search for. Try and place declaration is being called on it. That's what I mean. Annoying. That is being done in realize shader resource declaration. Now, why would we call that? I'm not sure if we can find this back in my output. This is bottom 1 and bottom 0. Yep. That was called from realize shader resource declaration. Isn't that what I mean? Yep. which was called from realize shader resource declaration, bottom 0. Which in turn was called from prepare combined image sampler declaration. Also with bottom 0. Which in turn was called from combined image sampler updater prepare shader resource declaration. Continued. Pool 04. Okay, well this already tells enough, I guess. I think this is the result of the partitioning. So, I have actually no idea what this means. I mean, my guess is that it means that we put one thing in index 0 and two things in set index 1. So this would be top and bottom 0 and bottom 1. But it's not really how it works. Maybe it's set index. And this is maybe a vector or something, and then the index of that is the key or something. Let me find where it exactly came from. Pool 4, yeah. Fill set index hints. Fatman, silence in the library. We're all studying. Stack. I don't know, man. It's big. I forgot. I counted it a few times, but at the moment I need to concentrate. Open. I think it was. I'm having around 80,000 lines of code for just the vulkan stuff. I think, from top of my head. I'm not sure. I just really. So this is being called. And it has a continue CF here, and then somewhere we have DC finish. And that prints the set index hints out, which have been pushed back to here, while looping over shader resource plus characteristic index. So that is indeed an index per shader resource. Yeah. And if it is per key, I don't know. Push back, just in the order. This order. added shader resource plus characteristic list. Yeah, well, whatever the order is. It's using this index. Shader resource plus characteristic index. Fields and extents. I hate it not to understand my own code anymore. I cannot remember anymore. It took me a long time to write this partitioning code, like several weeks, and then I ported it into the Vulkan engine, and now I've got everything about it. At least I cannot remember the format of the output. And nor is it understandable by looking at this. So I'm just going to assume that what I said was correct. Continued here, so this probably just means shader resources top, bottom, and 1, and then what you see is the set index hint, but we have a identity mapping, so that's also the set index. And that's how we come to think that bottom 0, the texture bottom 0 goes into set index, aka descriptor set number 1, while it's not being used. So it's still pretty important, I think, to understand why the partitioning was taking it into account, but I'm getting stuck there. Yeah, I guess it just partitions everything you add. And this has nothing to do with the shader itself. Okay, not with what you use or not. Okay, so then this was calling prepare shader resource declaration. Nope. Start it again. Set index int is tps set index int on the swap file by the name blah blah blah. Okay, open. Oh, we were calling fill set index ints. Okay. So this returns now in my output thing. It's this one. 0, 1, 1. You added shader resources. Nothing to do with what is used. It's just what is added. Okay. Then we print it again, 0, 1, 1 here. And then this is called this is the index of the vector that is being returned here. Set index ints. So it's just a vector of this, and this is just the index that we use. So I don't use integers as index into vectors. I think that's a lot less understandable than when you use specific types. So we run over all the indexes of this array here, vector. And then can extract a pointer to the shader resource from that. And then fill a key to set index int map by simply filling using the descriptor set key as the index and the set index int as the what we fill it with. And then we're doing something that feels slightly non-thread safe. This is thread safe. Is this function single threaded? I guess it is. Yeah, it has to be. Maybe I don't want multiple threads to call fill set index hints in the first place. So probably already one thread here. So I can just lazily check this and then call prepare shader resource declarations if it was not prepared before. Passing the set index hint and add shader stage. What the hell is that? It's a characteristic. Oh, it's a base class, a virtual base class of characteristics. And well, the part that adds a shader stage. So I guess it's a pointer, right? No. So we prepare shader resource declaration immediately after partitioning the descriptor sets, descriptor set hints. That is, partitioning means here that we figure out somehow which shader resources should go in the same descriptor sets and which do not. And apparently, as soon as I have done that, I can call prepare shader resource declaration on the shader resource, because now I know the set index hint of something. Let's see what that exactly is doing. So virtual function. Okay, we're dealing with textures only, combined image sampler. Suppose you get here, how many others do I have? That's the only one. So this is what we do. That calls then on the add shader stage another function, and then we set prepare to true. Okay, so we call this passing the combined image sampler updater and the set index hint still. Okay, and then we add that to shader variables, which I probably should rename as well then, because it feels like it's the added shader variables. Most importantly, this is a list of everything that we look for when pre-processing the shaders. Pushes back a vector to the shader resource variable. A pointer to that, it is. I guess that's the member that we just added. So this thing has a string that that we use in the shader resource, in the shader template code before pre-processing, and that string is then representing our shader variable, and the texture is just a texture, so it's only one name, and then that was added to one while we call this add member thing here. Let's see, this is a shader resource declaration, probably base class or something. Uses detector. Nope, well, forget it. Anyway, it's nah, I should be able to find that. Add member and place back. Okay. Yeah, it did puts back here the glsl ID full on member. The member is being passed. So already have a member here. Combines image sampler member. I should look at this. It's member. No, goes too far. Anyway, so shader variables is updated, and realize shader resource declaration context. Create and store a shader resource declaration context in a map with key set index int that doesn't already exist. Yeah, okay, so everything that was partitioned is going to be added as well here. Still all added stuff. So we do get a declaration, because I think that is creating a declaration, right? Or a declaration context anyway. For the set index hint. Set index hint to shader resource declaration context. Find set index hint. If that doesn't exist, then create it. Create it here. It's just a map from set index hint to shader resource declaration context. Yeah, finding next binding. Yeah, I kind of lost track, I'm afraid. Getting old, I guess. But I think it was clear that it just adds all the added shader resources, including the bottom 0 texture. So if you call this get shader resource declaration, then I suppose just find set key. Set key is in whatever one, and we find it, of course. Yep, and then we will return second, which is then shader resource declaration pointer or something. What is it? Yeah, So pointer to the shader resource and declaration. And well, bottom 0. Set index int is 1, and binding is magic. The magic number FFFFAFFF. Yes. So meaning that's not bound, which is correct. So feels pretty safe to say that this thing is simply existing, and then if we cannot find it in the shader code, then it remains unbound, and that's why I should be able to detect it. Oops, I went too far. So what you get with the next, it just starts running kilobytes of code. Yeah, I think I'm kind of left off here. I stepped into this, and then now I do a next, and it just returns from the function and keeps running. Ridiculous. That's not what I would call next, you know? I mean, no. Happens too often. Don't tell me we stopped in 1174. I don't believe it. Nope. Or did we? 11. Okay, we did. Really? No, you're here. 1179. Step into declaration. So if I return from 1179, when we get here, okay, 1180. I don't think I saw 1180. Definitely not. Oh, step into there, step, print, next, print. Still not returned because the line numbers are very low. And then do next, kill. So really? So it went from PipelineFactory.h 174, and then do a next, and then we crash. It just completely did not stop in 1180. It's ridiculous. Yeah, see? So I'm here, I do next, I return from this function and keep running. That's not next. This bloody debugger is so useless. I hate it. But okay, anyway, the declaration exists, but the binding doesn't. So I think I have to edit this line number here. So I'll leave the running this still here. Nope, it crashed here. What? Let's quit this. Oh, I lost my debugger window, and therefore I lost my copy paste. I forgot the file. 11.11.170, but at just got something open still. Here. That's exactly where I want to go. Right. Okay. So let's do, let me just get declaration. Get declaration returns, yeah, something that might change and so in the future. So I'm gonna make it an auto and call it a pointer. Auto get declaration pointer is a declaration get a key. And then instead of binding, I think we can call, wait, oh, that was like this, isn't it? Boolean has binding. Get declaration my ass. Declaration. Declaration pointer. Has binding. Which returns false in our case. So what to do if we don't have a binding? If we do not have a binding, then we should not go call the next function because that crashes. Set layout binding. We cannot do that because we don't have a binding. We cannot print it. Probably in progress. This is like difficult stuff. Looks at cannot be in progress. Yeah, I don't know. Can we not just pretend that the whole thing doesn't exist? Next shader resource, what is set index? That seems the most logical thing to do. Still have match. If not still have match, well, we probably still have a match if we encountered something that doesn't exist. So I just want to continue, I think. Seems the most logical thing. Do I already have not another continue somewhere? Continue? Not really. Nope. But yeah, I don't know. Continue. Pipeline, I guess. So yeah. Let's skip the shader resource. Now I probably want to have some debug output as well here, so we can see that it's being skipped. Yeah. The out shader resource. Skipping. Yeah, okay, let's skipping. I can print a name again, but you know, I already printed it here. Debug name. And then just a few lines later, still the same thread. I feel that it's too verbose to keep printing the name every line. Kerbin, I don't know, man. I don't think so. No, but I don't have a menu. Most 3D games invent their own menus. I look up to that. I don't like the idea. Probably gonna steal code from someone else. I mean, I really don't have time to write my own menu and stuff. But it's probably something that belongs to the engine, yeah. Now, what happens if I run it again? It should still stop. I didn't remove the attach to GDB. Takes a while before I reproduce it. There we are, I think. Yep. Debugger opened on a different monitor. Yes. Immediately. Maximum annoyance. Now I don't even know the thread. We stopped it. Yeah, I want to ignore this signal, of course, by default, which I'm doing by reading a .gdb. But I don't know which one it is reading. It's not reading the one that belongs to this project, that's for sure. Maybe I should add a environment variable or something like that. That if it exists, contains a file name of an extra gdb.init, gdb.init that I want to source. So let's see if we can still do this. Sorry. Because that's the one, or not. Thread 2 list. Yeah, that's the one. If now I do next, it's going to do the next on thread 2. Yes, it is. Hey, how cool is that? Well, then Shading resource bottom 0, it prints at the bottom there. So we get a key, and then we get a hint, and then we get just still not a frame resource, and then trying to find, and finds it, and then we had to get a handle again, and we print it. Still ends on 38 for some reason. So reproducible, scary. And then you get a declaration, and then you get that it is not a binding, has binding is false. Skipping, not bound. Next. And now we get the next one, which is bottom 1. Should find that as well. And this one is bound. Get the declaration, it has binding, yes. Binding is 0. And just keep running, I guess. And we code them anyway. But we don't code them anymore on the assert. Instead, it's really layer doc, right, isn't it? Again, doc, some mysterious reason. It puts GDB at doc level. Maybe I did it deliberately someday, but I cannot remember anymore. Kind of, if I want to see the pop-up, like desperately want to see it, I wouldn't even know how to do it, to be honest. There was only one way I could have done that. Switch, YouTube, config, and then flux, dot flux, I have a dot flux box. Dot flux box slash apps. Yeah, do we have a doc here or a doc, or we don't? A GDB then? Jump layer 4. I guess this is the thing here, layer. Why would I put it in layer 4? Is it layer 4? Layer... if you start counting at the bottom, maybe 0, 1, 2, oops, wait, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, from the bottom, if desktop is 0, could be it. Could be it. If you ask me, it would be better to use the normal layer and then make sure that it raises automatically. Raise, yeah, how can I do that? Nobody understands that. Remember. Well, it should be looking, oops, here, I suppose. It remembers workspace, head dimensions, positions. Minimum the full screen transparency, it remembers the layer, yeah. No, I put it on normal. So why didn't it fix it last time I closed it? Exprops. Oh, what? Exprop then. That's GDB. I lost my music. I don't know. Let's yeah. Jesus. Are you kidding? Isn't everyone using Linux these days for C++ development? Nah. I never use Windows. I'm even developing for Linux. I don't even support Windows. I should have said Windows. What is that? This is a window, yeah. Stop hijacking words. I have a validation error here. It might or might not happen when I set a breakpoint because of the delay that gives. Descriptor set per set index per frame resource. Encounter the following validation error at qsubmit vk command draw time. Descriptor in binding number 0, index 0 is being used in draw but has never been updated via vk update descriptor sets or a similar call. Descriptors in each bound descriptor set specified via vk command descriptor sets must be valid if they are statically used by the vk pipeline bound to the pipeline bind point used by this command. Okay, and it is race condition. So my guess is that here's the pipeline not available. At some point it becomes available and then we start rendering before I'm updating whatever it needs updating. Should also happen if I just continue. Well, no, that's... No, nobody knows. Oh, though. Oh, no, I'm getting so sick of this. Signal. DB is run like this. So I'm minus x, and then a minus n. That is not working or something. Or is this loaded? MonGDB minus x, execute commands from the file, and then minus n is do not execute commands from any .gdb init or gdb early init initialization files, except of course the ones that you pass by x. No, doesn't say. Batch x file executes commands. Yeah, it doesn't talk about any. I don't know. Anyway, assuming that this thing is being loaded, if it is loaded, then I would have, it's not talking about handle. Skip, yeah, set handle. But that's only done after an LV init, which is hook post run. That's probably not being executed when I attach it, like the way I'm doing it. I'm just running GDB. We are running GDB like, what is it? There's a console here with a PID. So it attaches to a PID. Maybe then the run hook is not executed. So I need something like hook post, but then or post run, hook post run, but then more like hook post attachment or something like that. And then do the same thing. I keep forgetting this. So we go to what was it? Yep. Attach hooks. Stop, continue, echo, hello world. Use define commands. Defining hook stop makes associated commands execute every time execution stops in your program. Yeah, you could be so nice and give a list of all the possible hooks. You can hook a multi-word command by adding hook or hook post to the last word. Define target hook mounted. Nobody gets this. I don't get it. Right, I guess I just can use this. It's even using handle for on the signal. I don't want to do that anymore. I just want to never stop at all. Completely ignore them. Put it here. Still not happy though that it is not doing all of this. I mean, I want to do that as well. I just want to have a one-time thing. Not every time it stops, it should do this, but I wanted to do it once as an initialization. But okay, let's start with getting rid of this. Might as well repeat that one every time. I don't know, this is important. The skips are less important. Well, before I start stepping, maybe I can type manually LV in it. In which case I also do not need this schedule locking. But yeah, in case I forget it, let's try this. No, come on. It is not reproducing. There we go. Yes. But now, was it executed? I don't just do next and I'll see, I guess. I suppose it is executed. Bottom 0. Okay, anyway, now I set a breakpoint and I do continue it to reproduce it. Yep. So now I get this a validation error. And I guess I will continue debugging that after getting more chocolate milk. Maybe in a minute. Suddenly crave for chocolate milk again. Validation error, yeah, not updated. Okay. Up. Validate descriptor set binding data. Q. Yeah, this is my code again. Frame 16. And what are we doing exactly here? We're trying to submit I think that this is just a semaphore or something, or fence. So the only thing that we have here is submit info. It exists over command buffers. One command buffer. Should add that as well, because I never like it. That is the only command buffer I have. Is that a pointer as well? Nope, it's a handle. Oh, that's a weird handle. Well, got to wonder if this is somehow printed somewhere. Yep, created object frame buffer resource list. F stands for frame resource, I guess. Frame resource number 0. Command buffer with handle blah blah type command buffer. So here it is created, and then we don't print it anymore at all. Yeah, that was the first one. Allocate command buffers. Yeah, I should look at the recording of the command buffer, but I cannot find it quickly because that is not printing the handle of the command buffer. Apparently. Yeah, we just have a handle here, so I have to look at Yeah, binding 0, index 0. I guess this is just top texture, and it's never been updated. Well, okay. Gee, how do I find that? How does one find the problem? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Let's start from the source code to VK update descriptor sets. I guess I'm calling VK update descriptor sets, or maybe it's a function. So yeah, probably more lower. Okay, so I'm not calling that. Well, that's weird. Hmm. This looks like the one. Update. Oh, it's a device, not a. Yeah. So silly me. Probably silly me. So I should do TPS. There it's called. Which is called when I call update script sets. Which is called when Here's one, there's another. Uniform buffer, that's a uniform buffer. Texture, multiple update descriptor sets. What the hell is this? Update descriptor array. Oh, yeah. Never mind. Well, I guess I should see what is being called. I grab for this, with or without the S. Let's write my thing to a file, and then find out if there was a validation error. So I just grab for validation. I see information, but error is not there. I'm not even sure if the validation error is with a capital E or not. Seriously. Oh, starts my debugger again. Well, at least now it should happen. So you can just do yes and then quit. But that's less useful because now it's going to, or not. Nothing. Really? And now I have a new bug. We're hanging. A deadlock. Crap. So many shitty threads. It's unbelievable. What are my threads doing? Syscall. I don't see it. At most thread 5 maybe. Waiting on a condition variable. Oh, okay. It's waiting for counter is 0 to become 0. Witchability never happens. I better print counter. It's 1. So who is responsible for keeping my counter at 1? I think this one is also waiting for something, like it's just the main thread. Also waiting for a condition variable. Yeah, it's just waiting for a gate. Windows terminated. Well, I still had a window open, more or less. So that seems okay. I think that one of these other threads should have mcount still up, but I cannot imagine what they are doing. It takes a while. What? Spin semaphore. So it was kind of what I expected, but not that all my threads are spinning. That would be ridiculous. Yeah, I think they're just all sleeping. I think they have nothing to do, let's put it that way. But then what is up with this mcounter? Mcounter. Seriously? Task counter gate. Wake up. Task counter gate, wake up. Make sure we don't lose a notify because both the decrement and the notify are done while inside lambda, but after mcounter equals 0. Okay, wake up, wait, I should guess we need a balance between the task counter wait and wake up. gonna kill it, I guess. It's in source vulkan. It's not entirely clear if it already flushed my file. But we have a weight. You have a single weight. Well, that solves it. Who is calling weight here? Thread 03. Oh. So in the finished implementation of window, synchronous window, there is a call to wait. I'm starting to be curious here. Home. Yes. Finish implementation. This one. Wait for certain task to be finished. Task counter gate. Wait. Yeah. How the hell can I list all running tasks? Not really. I guess all of them call run. After creation I get this. Let's search for that. I meant grab. And now I have a grab for, let's say, the first one. Well, that one should still be running. But I don't know what type it is, so I don't know if it has incremented whatever it is. I mean, these early things probably are not incrementing anything. Do I really have to check that as well? Same for watcher. At least this one says what it is. Run synchronous engine. Okay, the default initialize implementation is being run. For the rest, absolutely nothing. So, and the default initialize implementation does nothing. Pretty sure about that. I mean, certainly not incrementing this this counter. So, not even. Nothing. Okay, so can ignore the first one, and the second one is still running, but then I need to know what it is. I think it is a semaphore watcher. GPS semaphore watcher task, and then you can go to, I guess, the initialize implementation also. And this thing also doesn't do anything. not incrementing any counters. Maybe I should turn it around and look for which things call this increment. It's not this top, I think. Yeah, we call some increment on task counter gate. Seriously, just 2? Pipeline cache is one of them. So let me go to here and then or not. No, I don't know. Oops. Let's find pipeline cache. YouTube. It does reach finished. Grab. I think this one is still running. It's waiting. So that's the one that's blocking us, because this is still running. Yeah, you can also look at the other one, because there were only 2. Just to make sure that... Where the hell was the other one? Nobody knows. Wait, I was grabbing for this. Right, there it is. Copy to GPU is the other one. So I can do grab, copy to GPU and drop. Not even being run. Of course it is being run. I have image, copy data to image. But no task pointer here visible. Create copy data to buffer as well. Create task, create task, copy data, create task, copy data, grab after 2. Go. That's a task pointer. And another one. That's actually quite a few. Okay, this grade returns that, this grade returns that, this grade that, this grade returns that, and this grade misses it. That one we have. So I'm missing this one still. Yeah, let's try. Let's try 4. Yeah, now I have it. So this creates that one, this creates that one, and then we have this creates that one, and this creates that one, and that creates this one. Now we have all of them and not too many. What? Deep output is turned off. For these tasks, so I cannot even check them. Probably none of them. I turned off debug output of all the copy data and stuff tasks. But yeah, I think it's the pipeline cache, right? Anyway, so and that was waiting for factory finished. Let's see what that is being sent. It should be printed as well. Factory finished. Nope, it's waiting for it, but not receiving it. So that would mean that that there is a factory still running as well. Well, it's possible, I guess. At least those I have. I think the debug is turned on for those. Blind factory. I should have only one of them. Yeah, I don't. I only see one. So let's grab for that handle then. Now we see everything. And it ends with being killed. So, oops, it's not running. How is it possible that this factory finished without sending a signal? Okay, so we have this debug output. Let me think. Yeah, so I want to go to back to projects ARCX links viewer. Links viewer. Source vulkan. And then we want to grab for that signal again, but in the source code. Yes, I did that before. Now I think about it. Might as well do it here. Crap. I forgot the name of the signal. Factory finished, right? Yeah. And then look for that in the source code. I don't think we ever got here, or here. That should have printed that output. Both call signal. Which prints, if the debug is turned on, the print conditions, that should print that string. So I'm assuming we never got here. Pipeline factory done. Is that never called? Oops, crap. Factory done in troop. That's never called. Quite a lot. I see 3 calls. Oh, one is calling the other. I never saw any. So these are not called. I guess this is not called. I don't know why I would abort. I don't think there's an abort. Should not be have been an abort in the first place. So that leaves then this one. Multiplex, move new pipeline done. And that was never reached. Oh, I would expect to at least have seen this one, unless I turned the debug off, of course. I guess I should begin with turning all the debug output on again, and then because, well, let's see if the debug is turned off or on. Turned off. Super annoying. No, I'm doing GPS here. I should do crap. It was turned on. You have print. Oh, that's interesting. This thing was scheduled to run, and then never did run. And it wanted to run in the synchronous engine. Aha. Maybe that was tried after. No, I never stopped it. I don't know. Let's look for this thing. See, here it happens as well. Initial run, no, this initial run. Okay, adding stateful task to synchronous engine, and then it starts running in the synchronously. So the texture test prefix here means that it runs from the random loop, aka synchronous. Synchronous engine. No need to run, removing from engine, removing it from the synchronous engine. Later we ask to run it again, and then nothing happens. I'm just going to look at that, I think. Start at the top. Task pointer, need to run, adding it to engine, initialize. Start, need action, no need to run, erasing. Need action, need to run, adding to engine, adding stateful task to synchronous engine. And then after this, That is like super weird. It calls a signal on itself, but okay, task not waiting, signal queued for possible subsequent wait. So that one was ignored. And then we are never being run. Why not? Well, I have a reason here. The render loop is not running because we don't have a pipeline yet. That is, we have a pipeline here apparently. Yeah, I know. Task was added to synchronous engine and then nothing. So, what kind of data do I have on that? Raising several tasks from engine. Adding it. And to the top again, it's just not running. Adding. Running. Adding. Run. Multiplex. I guess this is the pointer belonging to that thing. I want to go for, let's switch that from the bottom. Moving from engine, wait. Watch a poll. Oh, is that it? It's entering semaphore watch poll and then never getting out of it. At least that seems to be the last debug output I have. No, not true. This is also debug output here. And then no need to run. Okay, now I'm confused. I thought this was my synchronous engine. No, this is the same for watcher. I don't want to see the same for watcher. I want to see the synchronous engine. It's a handler. It's just a handler. I never print anything about it. Legion. Linux is better. And not much difference between Linux, certainly if you never use it. If you never use it, then Ubuntu is a good choice to begin with it. I'm using Arch, but that's I would definitely not recommend starting with Arch if you're new to Linux, because you will never get it to run. I don't think. Well, I don't know. It's my opinion anyway. Not the opinion of Arch maintainers, as far as I know. Last time I said something along those lines, I say, yeah, but we simplified the installation. I don't believe it. It's a very good, the Arch is a very good distribution, but you need to be very knowledgeable and technical and basically a Linux veteran, if you ask me. So you can get it to you can get Arch to run if you have all the knowledge. So if you are a system administrator level Linux user and you understand all the low level stuff that has to do with booting and file systems and mounting and all whatnot. I mean, it's more than a longer list than I can remember. Then it's maybe better than the others because, well, you have even more knowledge and it forces you to know that. I mean, you just, I don't know, you cannot install it if you ask me without having that knowledge. But they have a wonderful how-to, or wiki actually, with all that information. So if you have the time to read hundreds of hours of wiki and doing deep studies into the details of Linux installations, then Arch is for you. But that's why I would say don't start with it, you know. Begin with another Linux, and then when you get familiar with that, then you might want to use Arch. Yeah, yes, that's what I'm saying. Okay, it's 5 p.m. and I cannot contain my curiosity again, what my stock did. I just have to log in. Pom, 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 pom. Let's stop. Don't you like this one? No? Okay, I typed too much here. CD database. Warning! OBS is running. Oh, wait, let me quickly move it away from the terminal. And then if I try to decrypt my something, then it's gonna say, no, OBS is running. But hey, we can work around that. Okay, there's a two-step verification. We have logged in. It went up, I guess. You guys don't want to know how many gain I made today. You really don't want to know it. Holy shit, yes, I'm glad I bought back. I finally did something right. Okay, I'm going to say it. So plug your ears if you have no money at all and stuff like that. Just today, in a single day, I made with the stock market 1,328 euros in a single day. I wish I did that every day. Then I would be rich. That's definitely a good day. It's twice as much as I made in the last month. And that in a single day. Yeah. Yeah, I did that right. Now I want to show this graph, but then without everything else. Where's my launch? This one? Oh, graph. So this is the graph of today, and I bought there. Not that small peak down, but just before it. So where the cross is. Oops, where the cross is, the minus is there. That's where I bought it. Well, I bought it back after selling yesterday at somewhere here. So if I would not have sold it, I would have made 320 euros more because it went up like crazy overnight. But I thought, well, let's buy it back because I have this feeling. And then I sold it again. I think, yeah, here. I sold it at because it was going down here. I sold it at 569, and then I bought it again at 570 with loss. So I could have waited until here and then not have that loss. But it was 1420. It was here, yeah. And weird things happen after 1420 sometimes. So I just bought it back. And the weird thing that happened was, well, I love it. I'm in a good mood now. Right, and still don't know what is going on here. Plus, I think I just want to go eat something or something. I don't really understand this thing here. The synchronous engine. It seems like the problem is that the synchronous engine is not running at the moment I need it, right? And what I needed, what? After this thing needs action or something. And that thing is move new pipelines. That is strange. Are you telling me that move new pipelines did not run till the finish? This is just initialize, start, wait. It's waiting for action, as in waiting for a new pipeline. So I guess we created a new pipeline and then we move that to the move pipelines. So we wake that thing up, need action, go start running and see that there is a new pipeline for you. And it doesn't. The synchronous engine is not running after this point. Pipeline factory is done. And then I clicked delete window. Maybe that's the reason. To assume that that's the reason. Okay, I'm gonna guess that the reason is that the graphics pipeline was created and then before it was merged with the pipeline cache, I clicked on delete window. And then it hangs, apparently. And what is wrong with that picture is that, yeah, and that's true actually. If I click on this, it immediately stops running the synchronous engines. So I should change that. It should continue running them. It's a total separate bug from what I have been looking at for the longest time now. But it's definitely something to, yeah, probably should fix. It's not nice if your program hangs when you try to close it. So, hypothesis is that after clicking this, synchronous window is no longer running. Let's check that. Crap for whatever that is. Synchronous engine, I meant. I think I said synchronous window. What the hell is that? I guess this is just yeah, and I'm sitting in the dark. I have to go. Let me turn on the light. There will be light. Hey, that's light. Oh, I need to hook my computer up to my lights, and then not Alexa lights or so. No, there will be light. Ping, all the lights on. Yeah, ideas enough, but no time. Here we have our synchronous window, and it initializes synchronous engine, which is apparently a base class. Well, let's have a look what the synchronous engine is. That is an AI engine. AI engines run when you call something on them. Wash, add, wake up, flush, name, max duration. Really? Main loop, maybe? Main loop of the engine. Run all tasks that were added. Yep, main loop. So let's see where main loop is being called on my synchronous window. That happens here. Handle synchronous tasks. Which is called from here. Oh, but that is in Finnish. Is this even in my log file? Yes. So I saw this one, and now we are here. Task counter gate wait. Then I guess that we did not have any synchronous task according to atomic flags. But we did. Really? Set have synchronous task should have been called. Maybe this was false then. There's no debug output here, so I don't know if it was called. But I would think so. Yeah, this just calls a signal, which printed is, I think, right? This is printing the need action thing, and then I once saw the task is not waiting, but the one before that did not print it. Oh wait, maybe the last one said task is not waiting. So yeah, so I saw two signals after on a row. The first one did not say it, and the second one did say it. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that is super funny. Yeah. Okay, let me hold on to the thought. The reason, you know, if you call signal on a task, the idea is as follows. A task is being run in chunks with chunks in time, say, with one thread at a time. So if it is absolutely, totally not running, then it's just not running. There is no thread involved at all. And then if it is running, then one thread and one thread only will enter the code of the task and execute task code. But that one thread that might be, you know, not even entering the run function yet or the execute function yet. It might be still in the library, or it might be already halfway executing code, or it might already have left the task code and, you know, be on its way to tell the library that that's not running anymore. You don't know that. So the idea is that if I call signal, which then has to wake up a sleeping and not running task again, it is a bit in an atomic mask is set that now it is running, and then it starts the process of allocating a thread and having that thread execute code. If before it finished, before a certain point, another signal comes in, then that signal is ignored because, well, we have already started up this task. Why? Well, that's what we do after a signal. Receiving a signal guarantees that the task will run at least once from the start of the multiplex implementation. So a whole state block of the multiplex implementation of that task. But yeah, I mean, if we are already starting that up, then the next signal is just not adding anything, so ignore it. And apparently at some point I added Boolean to signal, and I'm using that, and that is biting me now, because returning false here means that we assume that this signal can be ignored because we already received a previous signal, meaning we assume that this task will run anyway. And that is not true in this case, because it's an engine. What is happening now is that it has been started, signal was already received, then the second signal says, was it already woken up? Sorry, we call signal again, but this time it is not woken up because it was the second signal. So we do not set have synchronous task. Okay, actually now I'm not convinced anymore. These two should be in sync as well, of course. The previous signal should have called the set synchronous task. But okay, it's, yeah, I don't know. But okay, even if we set this bit, or we don't set it, or maybe it is already set, the point is this is going to return false. Why can I not switch back? Okay, I'm starting to doubt. Pretty sure this was not called. So this is not called, which I understood as not, it wasn't set because it was a second signal, but it should already have been set. Because of the previous signal then also sets it. Yeah. Yeah, I have to assume that at the moment that the first signal was called, that this was set. I guess that's still a race condition, though it could happen. Running tasks. Oh, wait, that's actually. Yeah, wait, the synchronous task is woken up by an asynchronous task. So there's no guarantee at all that we know that it is going to run. So it's possible that we just that the bit is not set, and then afterwards it was woken up. I don't know. Reset is only called just before the main loop is being called. Which was a while ago. So the last time it is reset, we printed this. That's really the only place where reset is being called. Pattern not found. Debug output. That should have been true. I guess this is just false. Have synchronous task is false. We must have left. Oh, we leave here already. Okay, anyway, at the moment this is entered after, before I clicked on close the window. If you click close the window, it's leaving here. It's not even doing the synchronous task first. But this is being done in the finish, so I don't see a problem with that. But apparently this was just false all the time, and then we left, and then it was still false, and then it became true or something like that. I cannot think of anything else. Because that can happen. But yeah, I think that the idea is that this would kill the asynchronous tasks, so that no signal for my synchronous task can be received anymore after this point. So it's kind of weird that then we don't have synchronous tasks, and then we start waiting here for a task that doesn't run because suddenly it was woken up. Oh my god. I'm afraid I cannot figure it out, what is going on. Nope. Okay, I give up. Hang again. Yeah, I need a break anyhow, so let's, I didn't even click on the close the window now, and it's still hanging, isn't it? It's not updating anything. Oh, it is this thing again. Task is not waiting. Well, yeah, okay. I hated to stop also because when I get out of something, I forget everything again, it seems. Well, 90% at least. So, I wish I could have just fixed this issue before stopping. What? I didn't click on that, did I? Did I click on this? I guess I did. I guess I did while the debugger was starting up. It's pretty reproducible anyway. So I should kind of find how it works. Yeah, guys, I'm stopping. I'll be back later maybe. Yeah, it's early, right? So I will.